Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Amanda and I'm so glad you decided to join me on my little YouTube channel here. Today's video I have is going to be on this holiday glam look right here. It is a collab with the beautiful Holly Ann here on YouTube. If you've never checked out her channel before, I'm going to list that and her video down below in the description box, so go make sure to check out her channel, leave her love. This girl has a video where she's wearing blue lipstick, and I mean, who in the world can wear blue lipstick and get away with it? But let me tell you, that girl can, and it is beautiful. Just like all her other looks, and her videos are amazing. So if you haven't checked her out yet, make sure you go do that. Let her know you came from my channel and leave her lots of love on her videos. So if you want to see how I got this holiday glam look, we got some glitter going on here, green liner, red lips. We're all Christmased out. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please just keep watching. Okay guys, so I brought you in pretty close, and the first thing we're going to work on is our eyes. I'm going to be having a little bit of glitter, some sparkly stuff, so I don't want to have any fallout after I've already done the rest of my face. So we're going to start with eyes. And the first thing I'm going to be using is my Scotch tape. That tape sure does come in handy. You want to make sure you get it as even as possible, because this is going to be the guideline to our winged liner. First thing we're going to do after the tape is prime our eyelids, and because this is a full glam look, I'm going to take this NYX eyeshadow base, and this is in the color white. And this is just going to make any shadow that you put over top of it very vibrant. And this, a little bit of this goes a very long ways. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it all over my eyelid, wherever there's going to be shadow. And this was just a very tiny little bit. On top of that white eyeshadow base, I'm just going to take a white shadow, or like a bone color shadow, and just set that down, just so it makes it much easier to blend the next shadows that we're going to be taking. And honestly, for this look, I'm just kind of winging it. I don't really even know what, like, I have a picture in my mind sort of kind of what I want to achieve, but you never know. For most of the shadows, I'm going to be using my extra large Z palette from Makeup Geek. I'm just going to be using some of the neutrals in here. I will list all the names of all the colors that I use below in the description box. I'm going to be taking this brown color right here. It's called Light Taupe by Coastal Scents. And with a large fluffy brush, and I'm going to be placing this into my crease just as a kind of a transition shade so that everything blends smoothly. And I'm also going to take it, instead of bringing it down my eye right here, I'm going to bring it more out so that we really get that cat eye shape. That's kind of what we're going for here. And the same thing on this side. After you get that all blended out, I'm going to be taking this darker brown shade here in the Z palette, and this one is called Timeless Taupe by Coastal Scents. I'm just going to be taking a little bit more of a pointed brush, and I'm really just going to focus this right here on the crease. We're not doing a cut crease or anything fancy like that. I'm just going to place it right here in the V and on the crease. And then we'll just blend it out a little bit so it's a little bit smoky. After it's all blended to the way that you like it, I'm going to go into this dark green color right here and just add a little bit more of this on that outer V, just so we can kind of keep it, you know, festive. It's Christmas time. Just get a little bit of that dark green in there just on the outer V. Here I'm just taking a lighter color and blending that more so on the crease before we put the lightest color on the inner corner. just so there's no harsh lines in between the inner corner and outer corner. And I'm just going to take this bone color here and I'm going to place this on the inner corner and on my lids. I don't really want anything glittery or shimmery because I am going to be using a glitter liner for this look. So I'm going to keep the lid as matte as possible. And then I'm just going to go back in with my small little blending brush and blend that inner corner color with the lid and outer color and the outer lid color. I'm just gonna take a tiny little bit of the black here in my palette and just very lightly put that in that crease just to define it a little bit more. And then I'll go back in and blend this out one more time, just so we can get some definition there in that crease a little bit more. And blend one more time. Okay, so for my liner today, I'm actually gonna be taking this Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art Duo, and it has a gold liner and then it actually has a green, like wet liquid eyeshadow. I'm just gonna be taking this small little angled eyeliner brush and using the green pigment as an eyeliner today. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand here, and I'm just gonna take this brush and start on my wings. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did my brows and lashes off camera just because it takes me forever to get it the way that I like it. So to move on with the face makeup, the first thing I'm going to take is the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer and put this under my eyes for my dark circles because Lord knows we don't get enough sleep. A little bit of this does go a really long way, so I just like to take one of these little, the purple roll techniques, like the mini sponges, and just dab this underneath my eyes. And I'll kind of use this also a little bit to clean up that wing, just a little bit. Using the Maybeline Master Prime on the majority of my face, just to help with any redness that I might have. And then just because I'm extra and we're doing a full-on glam, I'm going to be taking the NYX Pore Filler Primer and just putting this in my problematic areas where my biggest pores are, which is usually the same for everyone. It's right here, maybe on the forehead or chin, but usually mine are just right here on the sides of my nose. I have pretty enlarged pores there. Foundation today, I'm going to be taking my Amazonian Clay foundation by Tarte. Mine is in the shade Light Sand. Just put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I like to apply this with a flat foundation brush. And then I'll go in with my beauty sponge and really push it into the skin. Then I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and really just pounce that into the skin. Make sure we got even coverage. After that's all blended into the skin, I like to kind of let it sit again for maybe a minute or so. And for concealer today, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 15. This is an amazing concealer from the drugstore. And And I'm just going to take it in some other areas just to highlight on my face. The forehead, just a little bit, down the bridge of my nose, and also on the chin. I'm going to be using a Real Techniques brush just to press that in and blend it in with the foundation. I usually like to take my finger first and just warm up that product, get it all smooth and pressed in, and then I'll take my beauty blender or my brush and just go over it really well after I've blended it all with my finger. And the warmth from your hand just really helps to blend out that concealer nicely, especially in that gentle area right there underneath your eye. And then I'll just kind of take my same brush and just pounce it in a little bit more. Just make sure it's all blended. My Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of baking here just to make sure everything is set in place. I'm gonna be placing it in all the areas that I just put that cream product. So on the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, the chin, and then of course underneath the eyes. While that's kind of cooking now, I'm also going to go ahead and set the rest of my face, and for that I'm going to be using the Maybeline Better Skin Powder, and mine is in the shade Classic Ivory. And I'm just going to put a very light coat of this on the rest of my face, especially in those areas where we're going to be contouring, just so that all that liquid foundation and concealer and whatever else is there is really set down, so whenever we put on our contouring powder, it doesn't slide around, it really, and it's not patchy, it just really goes to that area right where you want it to be. And then while I'm here setting this, I'm going to go ahead and just dust away the product that is on our forehead, nose, and right underneath our chin. I'm going to leave the powder underneath my eyes just a little bit longer just so that really sets in there. And to start off with the contouring, I'm going to be using the NYX Blush in the color Taupe. And I'm just going to put this in all the hollows of my cheekbones and on my forehead, all the places that you would contour. I know it looks a little bit harsh at first, but of course we're going to blend that out. I'm going to take a larger fluffy brush and just really work that powder into the skin, get it all blended nice and smoothly. You always want to make sure that you blend your contour up. You don't want to go down below this line. It's just going to kind of bring down your face. It'll bring down those hollows of your cheekbones, make them look a lot lower set on your face. Today I'm going to be taking my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm just going to take a dual fiber brush and just really bronze up those areas where we just did the contour as well. And now I'm going to go in underneath my eyes and just brush that powder away so that we can work on our lower lash line here. To start on the lower lash line, I'm just going to take this darker brown color here that I originally used on the lid as a transition shade. I'm just going to start buffing this underneath the lower lash line just to give it some dimension and kind of smoke it out a little bit. Since we don't have too much dramatic going on the lid, I figured we could blow out the lower lash line a little bit more. I'm going to be taking the gold liner side from that Revlon eye art that I showed in the beginning, and I'm just going to place it on the inner part of my bottom lash line. With a tiny little hint of a neutral blush, and I'm going to be using the Milani Rose Powder Blush by Milani, the little rose ones. And I'm just going to be taking a very light hand with this right on the apples of my cheeks and kind of pulling it back. I want a very, very light blush. The eyes are so dramatic, and I'm gonna do sort of a dramatic lip as well, so I kind of want to keep the face very neutral. For highlight today, I'm going to be taking the Revolution Golden Lights highlight, and I wanted to use this because it's more of a white golden highlight, kind of a frosty one, and I feel like that goes good with the holiday time, the Christmas time, and also this eye look. So I'm just going to be taking this and placing it right on the high points of my cheeks, on the tip of the nose, because you know, girl gotta have that nose highlight going on. So I thought that I just wanted to keep the gold kind of on the bottom lashes, but I think I'm just gonna add a little bit to the top, to that green, just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. For lips, I'm gonna be taking this NYX Suede Lip Liner in the color Stockholm. It's kind of just like a nudish red. I'm just going to be lining my lips with this. And for lipstick, I'm going to be taking the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Leo. That is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you got some good inspiration for your holiday parties or work parties, whatever it is you have coming up this holiday season. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.